On this episode of the world's strictest parents.
Did you not notice that the trash is full?
Meet the Combs from Ohio.
Are you listening to me?
A close-knit family that insists the rules must be obeyed.
I want everything emptied off that desk.
At the first time of asking.
We're not going to accept a B+ job. We want an A+.
For the next week, they'll take on two bad-tempered teens.
Like, I'm trying so hard to deck you in the face. I'm about to put a fucking hole in this wall.
But will the Combs' rules and boundaries?
You're not talking right now?
Wait, isn't this a family meeting?
With the teens' behavior into shape.
Get it now. I'm not playing anymore.
I'm Nick, I'm 17, and I'm from Levittown, Pennsylvania.
Can you do the dishes?
I'll do it! Yeah. Just end it. Like, damn, shut up.
Nicholas really upsets me when he talks to me the way he does. He yells and curses, and it's belittling. Nikki, I want it done today.
Shut up! Oh my God, shut up.
I think a lot of Nicholas's problems probably have to do with the way me and his father lived for a while. We were constantly fighting. Dishes.
Hop off my ass, damn!
Well, you don't...
No one gives a
Watch your
My mother does have a right to tell me what to do, but I don't really give a
Yeah, clothes on the floor, clothes
Oh my God, who cares? Who the hell else is in here except for you and I?
It's frustrating to watch him be lazy and not want to do things. He doesn't even do his homework.
I'm not gonna abide by rules that she sets.
Get it done, Nikki, and pick up all that stuff.
No, shut up. Just leave.
I do whatever I want, and I don't think of the consequences.
It makes me sad. I just wish he would respect me a little bit more, and I wish things worked out differently.
If you don't like who I am, then you can go yourself, because I'll have no problem decking you out.
I'm scared for him. I'm worried about his future and what he's going to make of his life.
I'm Samantha, I'm 16, and I'm from Mukilteo, Washington, and I don't give a f***.
This is a ticket that I got from Samantha for consumption of alcohol. Got a phone call from the police, and they ticketed her.
Okay, last night I was super smashed, really was. It was awesome. It was a good night. My friends usually just hang out, kick it, smoke cigarettes, smoke weed. Wow.
I know that she smokes pot. I don't like it, but if I tell her not to do it, I know she's gonna do it. Samantha, you told me her mom was gonna bring you home at 7, and here is 10 o'clock, I'm picking you up.
I told you I had plans, so that means I have plans. That doesn't mean I'm gonna come home at 6 o'clock at night. That's when all the fun starts happening, is when the sun goes down, so no, that.
You better watch your language.
Make me. My mom's punishments are pretty much a joke to me.
The way Samantha acts right now hurts me. It makes me very angry. It gets me upset. Sometimes I cry because she's disrespectful. I'm the mom, not you. You're not the mom. I am.
You're funny.
I do think Samantha's out of control. And I believe if she doesn't get help, she could end up in prison or worse. Try to be nice.
Okay.
I do hope this experience will definitely be positive, and she's going to come home, hopefully a different person.
I brought 2 cell phones. I brought an old cell phone, and I'm going to give it to them, making them think they have my phone, and then just use this.
I hope Nicholas really changes, because if he doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do with him at this point.
If I can't smoke, I'm going to be a real ass.
We're the Combs family. I'm Mike, my wife is Karen, and we have 3 kids in the house. Nick, 21, Tim, 14, and Julia, 11. You just threw something in the trash here. Did you not notice that the trash is full?
Oh, sorry.
Can you take it out?
I can take it out.
Kids really crave discipline. That's the ultimate form of love. Julia,
A lot of people
Julia,
do.
are you listening to me?
Quality time happens when you're spending quantity time with your children. Julia?
Yeah?
Put that away now, okay? We require the kids to just help us with their share of the chores. Cleaning a toilet or scrubbing a floor, it's not fun, but we're doing it for the family.
Julia, stop right now, all right? And I want everything emptied off that desk. We're not going to accept a B+ job. We want an A+ job on this, all right, Julia? I think it's very important initially to establish with kids that you're the boss and that you have to practice tough love.
And what did I tell you?
Do all the homework before I go on the computer.
There is no fun until all homework is done.
We don't like to call them rules. I know it's semantics, but we like to call them boundaries. No phone calls for 2 days. Kids have to learn that they're going to earn, that when they do something good, they're going to be rewarded. If they do something bad, they're going to be punished and disciplined.
Tim, why don't you start at the bottom?
If they ask you to do something, you do it. You don't back talk, you just do it.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
Hi, I'm Nick. What's up? My first impression of Samantha was she looked like someone that I typically hang out with. Are you planning on hiding your cigarettes from them?
Oh, definitely.
When I first saw Nick, I thought he had a cool style, and I thought that this was going to be interesting doing this with him.
I am very blunt and honest. That's why a lot of people hate me.
I think me and Nick are going to be good crime buddies. I really hope that kids their parents think that they do nothing wrong.
Yeah, but they really do.
And they invite us to some parties or something.
Yep.
Nick, you want to say a prayer for us?
Dear Lord, first of all, we just thank you for this awesome opportunity. This would be an experience that would be life-changing for these two teens, but also life-changing for us. We love you and thank you for all of your blessings. Amen.
Amen.
Welcome.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi.
Doing?
I'm Mrs. Combs.
I'm Mr. Combs.
Samantha.
How you
Nice to
doing?
meet
Good to
you.
see you.
My first impression of the family was definitely that the father looked like a big douchebag.
Why don't you get your bags and come on in?
Yeah.
As the teens were walking into our house, I was behind Nick. Half his butt is hanging out. And I knew that was going to be a problem.
Why don't you come on over here? We're going to
Let me get our
talk
coats
about some
first.
boundaries. It was very important to me that we set the tone right away. There are some very, very strict boundaries and guidelines that we need you to go by.
When Mike first said that he has boundaries and not rules, all I thought was that he's cuckoo.
Number one, and the two of you are doing a good job with it, is eye contact. It's important because we believe deeply in respect. We are in charge. This house is not a democracy. It's a benevolent dictatorship. When we ask you to do something, you do it the first time without questioning.
Ask me a million times. When I'm ready to do something, I'll do it.
Do everything with a good attitude. So if we ask you to wash the dishes or we ask you to clean the basement, it's not good enough just to do it. You've got to have a good attitude.
I can't put a good attitude on if I don't want to do it.
If I don't enjoy doing it, then you can't expect me to lie.
That's when I really started to see some bad body language.
There was one issue. We're not really a big fan about the jeans being low.
Oh, my jeans just go that way. It's not.
Try to keep them up this week.
For this week, you're ours. So do you have any cell phones, Anya? Okay, we need to have those now.
For this week, we wanted them to be able to focus on what they were here for.
When Mike asked me for my phone, I didn't really care because I knew I would be giving him a fake one and that I'd have my real one.
Thank you very much. Do either of you smoke?
Yes.
Okay, both smoke? Okay. There's no smoking in our home or outside the home. If you've got cigarettes, bring them to us right now. You basically have amnesty right now. We're going to give you the opportunity to go look through your bags, and if you have anything that you shouldn't have, you bring that to our attention. I was feeling really good about things.
The stuff I'm hiding is in my jacket downstairs. I knew they were gonna go through my stuff, so I put it all in my jacket, so I knew they wouldn't find it.
Just put my phone in here for right now.
And I thought, this is really going to be an easy week.
Coming up,
You clean toilets.
Nick busts the boundaries.
I'm gonna throw off.
But can he pay the price?
You gave me this knowing that I would go the hell off.
Samantha, it's time to get up. Come downstairs.
Today was going to be a no-tolerance day. I really felt that this was a day that we were really going to have to establish the rules. I work at a local health fitness club. We're going to take you over there and we're going to have you work. Wash towels, you clean toilets.
I'm
not touching a toilet.
I'm not touching a toilet.
Well, that's part of the job.
I'm not
won't
kidding. I'm a big germaphobe.
A few things before we go over there. Samantha, your shirt is too low cut. Then, you think we can find some other pants for him?
What's wrong with my pants?
Once again, they're hanging down. The Healthplex is my place of work, and there's no way I was going to have them go in there and embarrass me.
Samantha, find a different
I'm
shirt.
not putting on another shirt. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna put on another shirt.
I don't want to wear a belt. It's a stupid request.
You're all hype over nothing, so you're making me
I don't
hype.
care.
I'm not the type of person you with.
The vulgarity is just increasing the consequences. We're not going to debate things. We're going to tell you what to do, and you're going to do it right away. We set the rules, and the rule is that you're going to come out of here with a shirt.
No,
Pick out a shirt
I'm
for
not.
it. Okay.
I'm not putting on it. This is fine. Miss Combs had grabbed a shirt out of her older daughter's closet. I'm not gonna put on her daughter's shirt. It was absolute bull. I thought it was so crazy and so ridiculous.
In 5 minutes, if you don't get the belt on and you don't put that shirt on, then it'll be cleaning all the baseboards, and then it'll be cleaning all the toilets in the house.
I don't do toilets for anyone. That's disgusting to me.
Right.
Once again,
So-
I'm not touching your dirty
Nick,
toilets.
you're not talking right now. 5 minutes, guys. I wanted them to have a period of time to think about it, because I think it's only fair to kids that you give them time to think about what are the consequences going to be.
This shirt's so ugly.
I know. So we both agreed that we'd put on the shirt and belt.
I really appreciate you changing your shirt. Because of the defiance earlier, though, but we do have a project for you, so come here first. I was very happy that Samantha had changed, but because of her defiance and the way she reacted, that there would be additional consequences. Lots of stuff that have fallen into the crevices down in there. Don't put it back on yet, because you're gonna mop this floor, too. First, I'm gonna have you sweep in the...
I was so pissed at that point. I just kept doing it just to get it over with.
Nick did eventually comply and put the belt on, but in our family, that's not good enough. You have to comply the first time I ask you. On the toilet, all right? We all have different things that we have fears of.
I'm gonna throw up and I'm gonna feel like I'm infested with like a million germs. I just didn't want to clean a disgusting toilet. Like, I explained to him why. I mean, sure, some of it was lies, but how was he supposed to know it's a lie? I'm a real big germaphobe. Like, real big.
Nick kept talking about the fact that he was a germaphobe. You know, it goes on and on and on. I don't think Nick really is a germaphobe.
I'm just telling you, like, I'm really not gonna do it. Like, I really am not.
It becomes very apparent that Nick is not gonna do the toilet at this point. I just decided I'll deal with this one later on. We're gonna move on. We were gonna head over to the Healthplex. I knew there were going to be some severe consequences up ahead, and I don't think Nick really was expecting that. This is not a fun project, all right? This is basically cleaning this entire racquetball court. You get as high as you can reach all the way around.
I thought he was gonna have me like full towels or something. Then he brings me to a racquetball court, telling me I have to scrub off all this stuff. I was so pissed off.
This is our laundry room area. I grabbed Samantha and took her downstairs and start to do her chores.
As we empty one washer, you go out and you pull out more dirty towels, throw them in the washer and turn them back on and just keep the cycle going. So we need to fold more.
They want to make sure the corners meet. We want everything to be first rate.
Because I don't clean a freaking toilet because I'm grossed out or because he yells at me about not wearing a belt, he makes me scrub all this shit. Bull. That's completely immoral. Like, what's going through this guy's head is completely beyond me.
All right. You were not excited about doing this, but I really appreciate the fact that you came down here and did the job and had a good attitude. Good job, thank you. Samantha had really complied, so we decided Samantha deserved a small reward. She was going to get to stay upstairs with Mom and just drink coffee.
Make me clean all these you dude.
Now, what about, like, what do you see yourself doing after high school? Do you want to go to college?
Yeah, I want to do my 4-year degree and become a nutritionist.
I'm not like her up there. I'm not gonna sit there and suck up. I'm getting real pissed off. It is so hard to come off. My arm was killing me. I want my jacket, and I'm leaving. Just so you know. Because I don't clean a toilet, you make me scrub all this. You've just got me to my limit. Like, I'm trying so hard to deck you in the face. Like, I'm about to put a hole in this wall. I was just like, I can't take it anymore, and then yeah, I just went crazy. I'm not playing anymore. Get it now.
No.
All right, then I'm fine.
When Nick was screaming and yelling, I really wanted to calm him down. This is my place of work. I don't want to have an embarrassing scene. You got to watch your language.
No, I don't have to watch my language. You brought me to your place of business. You wanted this to happen. You gave me this knowing that I would go the hell off. I will break this window. I don't care. I'm not staying here.
At that time of day, A lot of families are in the club, parents bringing their children for after-school activities. There was a lot of people walking by, and I was kind of embarrassed.
All right, open it, please. Look at all these marks. No, don't. No, I'm leaving.
You're
Bye.
staying in here. You're
No,
staying
I'm
in
not. You move. I'm not kidding around.
I wasn't gonna hold tough, you know, because, you know, the last thing I want to do is have a physical altercation. So he brushed by me and he runs upstairs.
I've never been this mad at someone in my life. You just got me to my limit, dude. You don't even know. You're the most disrespectful person I've ever met in my life.
I was very exhausted with the whole situation with Nick, but there was no way I was gonna give up.
Coming up,
Karen is gonna go check your rooms.
will the Combs catch the kids in a lie?
We have a disappointing situation. We call a family meeting. We kind of want to review the last couple of days.
At the beginning of the week, we had told them that we totally trust them. We want to give them our trust.
You know, there's been some good things, you know, but unfortunately, there's been some disappointing actions too. The first thing is that I asked you, Samantha, to, you know, change your shirt. And then we got into the issue with Nick with the belt. You know, first time obedience. There was just a bad attitude and trying to get you to do the toilet. So that really created Nick, I need you to look at me. You look like you're fading out that way. I want to make sure that you have the eye contact and respect. You know, there was a lot of anger on your part and a lot of yelling.
Profanity. We saw Nick's anger and his rage, but Samantha had defiance as well. So Mike and I realized, okay, a lot of boundaries have been broken.
It's just this consistent, you know, pushing the boundaries.
We set these boundaries up, and it's your choice whether or not you break them or not. But if you break them, you've obviously accepted the consequences.
Wait, isn't this a family meeting?
Yeah.
Then shouldn't we be able to speak?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, now as far as like yesterday goes at the health plex, like you made a spectacle out of me, and it was real disrespectful, and it hurt a lot.
I did not make a spectacle, so I don't apologize for making you do that. Right now, there has been a trust that has been broken, and so Karen is going to go upstairs, and she is going to check your rooms.
We decided that we needed to go through their stuff.
I stayed downstairs with Nick and Samantha, and they looked pretty worried. So I kind of suspected we were going to find some things.
My heart was beating really fast because I really did not want her to find my phone.
While I was looking, I did hear a vibrating sound that was coming from her pillowcase. Cigarette in here too.
I honestly did not think Karen would find a damn thing.
This is what Karen, the policewoman, found.
I found this in your room, Samantha.
This switch is good.
And then in Nick's room, I found a pack of cigarettes and this cigarette.
I would hope that there'd be an apology for this because we did lay that down.
I'm sorry.
Nick, do you want to apologize or not?
No.
How come?
Honestly, like, you guys make us do all this crap that we're not used to, and you're constantly at our throats. I'm getting real tired of, like, everything you guys say. Like, you guys take advantage of everything.
Nick, I feel like things are starting to escalate again.
They really are. Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to get real
So
pissed in
I
2
want you
seconds.
to take a break right here. Just think about things because we're going to have consequences here soon. I need you to look at me, Nick, all right?
I can't look at you right now because I'm,
Yeah.
like, heated.
Right? Well, you need to look at me.
I can't. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm about to walk the hell out of here. Just talk. I'm listening. I
Okay.
just can't look
No,
at
I'm
you.
going to stop talking.
All right,
I'm going to
then
give you.
we can just sit
I'm
here
going to
for
give you a
hours.
chance to.
Because I'm real heated right
to
now.
relax.
Just go down the basement immediately. I didn't want it to scare Julia that someone in our home was that angry.
Samantha, go in another room, okay? Because I want Nick to be by himself for a little bit here. What would you think if we talked to Samantha and got her going on her?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna go out for a walk, because I'm real pissed off right now.
Where are you gonna go?
I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there.
Did you take anything with you?
She took everything.
Okay.
Your wife took everything.
Okay. Take a walk, and then when you're ready, come on back.
Why does he get to go on a walk, but I don't? I don't even give you guys as much attitude as he does, and I have to do way more than he does.
Even though I felt for Samantha, and even though I think she had a bit of a valid point, it didn't take away from the fact, though, that Samantha had broken the rules.
For my consequence, I had to go outside and rake the leaves.
I don't know where he came from. All of a sudden, Nick was in the room with us.
Why don't you take a seat? Nick, the anger is very destructive
I
behavior.
know how bad my anger is, but honestly, I can't control when I get angry. Like when I left, I had to leave because I was
I'm glad you did.
steam.
You know what? That's a very good reaction.
That was.
I'm serious. It was funny because
Yeah.
at first I was going to go chase you, and I said no. He's doing a very smart thing. When you get angry, get away from the situation.
I don't think I'm a person where if you try to discipline me, I'm not going to respond because you're showing me aggression, and when you show me aggression, I show aggression 10 times back.
I'm not showing aggression towards you. You are perceiving that aggression. When we give consequences, that isn't because I'm showing you aggression, because I'm just so mad and I'm going to show him. The consequences are there to teach you something. You can't keep stepping over a line. We want you to learn about respect. How do you react to your mom when she asks you to do things? If you love your mom, I think a great way to show her is by showing her respect. And that's what we're trying to do here with the chores and everything, okay? Is to show you how to show love through other means. Sometimes it may not make sense to you.
But it
okay?
makes sense to other people, and that's the thing I have trouble with. Like, I understand where you're coming from now, but at the time, it was
Sure.
different to me.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah,
Okay.
I vented.
Okay. We do have to go back and we have to talk about the consequences. What I want you to do is we never did get the tub scrubbed yesterday, so let's scrub the tub. And then we also want to use a toothbrush and to clean the grout on the tile floor.
All right,
Okay?
that's fine.
Thanks.
Cool. I felt really good after the talk.
Baby hug.
All right. Ooh, I love hugs.
In a lot of ways, he is a hurting child inside, and yeah, it broke my heart.
I'm more of a hug person anyway.
I am too.
Are
I
you?
love hugs.
It's feel like hugging you.
Okay.
Karen hugs Nick, and Nick hugs her. And I'll tell you what, I about lost it right there. How about me?
All right, I'll give you a hug. Too. All right, let's go up and do some work.
Coming up,
I used to make my mom cry every night. I just feel really bad.
painful discoveries for the Combs.
Like, because I used to have a really low self-esteem. I used to think that no one should talk to me.
Would you mind putting your dishes in the dishwasher and then heading up to your rooms and make your beds and straighten up your room a little bit? You want? Thank you. So this morning we woke up and I thought this is going to be a good day. They were very compliant. It was very, very nice to have that relationship, maybe that trust now with them. The bed looks great. Thank you. Thank you. I decided I wanted to spend some time with Samantha, and she had shared with me that she was interested in becoming a nutritionist. So Mike had set up for her to talk with the nutritionist at the Healthplex.
What did you have to go through to become a dietitian, like school and all that kind of stuff? Like, what did you have to do?
It took me 4 years to go through my undergraduate, and then you have to go to do an internship.
So about how long did it take you to get where you wanted to be?
About 6 or 7 years.
The nutritionist shared with her that if you find your passion, then just pursue it. You know, whatever that is. And for Samantha, maybe it will be a career in nutrition.
You still interested?
I am. I'm not interested in how long it takes, but I'm interested. She didn't have to do that for me. No one told her to, no one asked her to, and it was really cool that she did something that she knew would benefit me.
After Samantha and I met with Aaron, we sat down and I just really wanted to talk to Samantha about what was going on at home. What do you think is causing, you know, some of the problems that you're having?
My mom isn't like standing up for me. Like, she lets him do whatever he wants. Like, controls like the whole situation, and she never has anything to say with it.
With your stepdad?
Yeah, we fight like every day because of it. I don't think she actually knows how bad it hurts me.
You don't like this word, but you're the child in the home still. You're the minor in the home still. And I hope Samantha realizes that She needs to take the steps to prove to her mom that she can be trustworthy. You need to be stronger and not get pulled into the petty arguments, you know? Just be strong and calm.
I didn't like the way that things were going between my mom, my stepdad, and me, and I wish things were different, and I'm just gonna try to make them change. Ever since I've seen you with your kids, how you guys act, I used to make my mom cry every night because I was so mean to her, and she just she cries all the time, breaks down about how she can't handle it anymore, me and my sister, and I just feel really bad. When I see her, I'm gonna tell her I love her, and I'm sorry. I never do that, so.
Wow, you deserve credit for a lot of the changes that you have made in our home this week, and we are really proud of you. Samantha was very engaged. I think she really appreciated that I had listened to her. Stand up and give me a hug.
I would love to have these talks with my mom like I did with Mrs. Combs today. I feel like me and my mom would have a stronger bond. Thank you.
Hey, Nick. Can you come on downstairs? I want to talk to you for a second. The feeling I had after Nick had done the bathroom, I felt like I was really developing a relationship with Nick. And I also felt that would open us up to an even deeper conversations. You know, I'm sure you would love to get away from the anger because I think what you have on is a mask. Deep down, you have low self-esteem, but you're putting on this mask of this tough guy, of this guy filled with rage and this guy filled with anger. But, you know, I don't really think that's the real Nick. You need to be built up so that you can spend more time doing things that you love to do rather than spending time being angry, spending time in conflict because it's just wasted time.
I 100% agree with Mike when he said I have a mask, because I know I do, and I started to let it down for him. Because I used to have a really low self-esteem. I used to think I was disgusting and no one should talk to me, and I just was I just made myself believe I have a high self-esteem, and I think inside I don't.
How about your mom? She build you up? He starts to just unload his heart.
We don't really talk like this. I love the times we'll just go out and get some coffee and we'll talk.
Yeah.
Those are really, really rare, but I love those times. Those are the times that I personally cherish. And I feel like if it happened more often, that'd be real good for both of us.
Right, right.
And then I wouldn't push away so much.
Right.
But I don't think that anyone else can help me. I think that I'm the one that needs to help.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It does have to mostly come internally, but I don't think any of us are totally independent.
Yeah.
We are dependent. And maybe the reason you don't get as much time to kind of have these conversations is because you're battling.
Yeah.
Because you love your mom.
I love my mom.
Right.
She's the person I love the most in this world.
That extra time where you're not battling is spent building her up, and in turn she's building you up, and wow, I mean, that's just powerful stuff.
Yeah. Mike wasn't actually judging me. He is a cool guy, and that made me feel a little closer to him.
Coming up.
I have something for you from your mom.
A message from home.
Your attitude has caused turmoil at home.
But will it help Samantha?
Thank you for picking up in here.
You're welcome.
I have something for you from your mom. She's written to you.
Mrs. Combs handed me the letter from my mom today. I actually was really, really excited.
She just started beaming. Her eyes twinkled. She smiled. She was like, a letter from my mom? Mind if I stay in here while you read it? Is that okay?
Yeah.
She said I could stay. It really made me feel good. I felt like that she was beginning to trust me.
Samantha, these past few years we have watched you grow into a young teenager, and as time has passed, some of your choices have not always been the best. Your attitude and lack of respect for others has caused turmoil at home. Throughout your life, you will find that friends come and friends go, but you will never be able to rely on anyone as much as your family. We hope that your experience this past week has been one in which you have learned respect, not only for yourself, but also for those around you that love you the most. We love you, Mom.
What do you think about what she said?
It's weird.
She seemed very disappointed after she read the letter.
I was hoping that my mom would say how much she wants things to change at home and just talk about things that she hopes everything works out and stuff. And she didn't talk anything really about that. I'm kind of shocked.
She expressed how much they love you.
Yeah, but a letter doesn't mean anything to me.
So you would want your mom to say these words to you? Has she ever said anything like that to you?
Me and my mom don't really say that we love each other, and we don't really show affection towards each other, so I got really upset when I actually thought about it for a minute.
She wasn't seeing what she needed to see, what she craved to see. I'll let you have some time, okay? Knowing that Samantha's mom was coming the next day, I was feeling a little bit nervous because there seems to be a lot of hurt in that relationship. It seems a little broken.
Hey, Nick. Nick and I had come a long way. We had had a lot of tough times the first 2 days and even day 3, but we were really seeing some improvement. Your mom, who you love very, very much, she has written you a letter. I'm going to give that to you and give you a few minutes just to
Stay here.
read about it.
You can stay here.
So you're all right if I stay? Yeah. Okay. That he was going to let me in on this letter. That showed me that we had really formed a closer bond.
You are an incredible, smart, talented young man who has a lot to look forward to in life. You had a positive attitude towards things around you when you were younger, but somewhere throughout the last few years, you have lost that. I would like to see you be able to take on your responsibilities and grow as an individual. You're the best. I love you. I miss you. Come home safe. Love always, Mom. It was the first time my mom actually opened up to me like that. So this was like a real eye-opener for me. I think that I would be a lot more open with my mom if she was more open with me. And I think that that might happen now, that I've actually like heard what she has to say, so.
Kind of hit you then? That...
Yeah. I know, my mom works 2 jobs, and she does need help around the house. It's just me and her.
We can always repair relationships, you know, by saying I'm sorry, you know, by saying I'm going to change, and then by following through on that change. And those are the things that say, I love you.
If I were to respond to my mother's letter, I would just say one thing, and it would just be, I love you. That's the main thing that she needs to know, is that I do love her and I would do anything for her. I'm gonna save this.
Pull this back. I think that we made little changes with Nick and Samantha. They knew I wasn't asking them to do something I wouldn't ask my own kids to do.
We see 2 teens that were very closed in start to open up. And we see these 2 teens really start to improve their behaviors.
Coming up, Nick sees the need for change.
I kind of seen how bad my anger really is. So that's definitely something I want to change.
And Samantha confronts the issues at home.
Bullshit. I'm tired. I'm so sick of it.
Today, as we were sitting with Nick in the living room, we were reflecting on our week with him and kind of praising him for the changes we had seen.
I know we had some rough spots at the beginning, but I really felt like we ended up on a pretty good note. Do you feel good?
Definitely.
Good.
I love you guys. Like, this was a great time, you know?
Your mom will be here in a little bit, so why don't you go on upstairs and pack your bag.
What I'm probably gonna miss most about the Combs is just like their overall energy and like the love that they have in their house. The first thing I'm gonna do when I see my mom is definitely give her a big hug, because I miss her a lot.
Your mom is gonna be here in a little bit. Are you nervous?
You know, emotions are good.
Yeah.
Okay, and she needs to see how you feel, so express yourself.
Why don't you go upstairs, pack your stuff, get everything ready, and think about what you want to say to her when she gets here.
I'm definitely gonna talk about the letter with my mom because I thought it wasn't emotional and I thought like she didn't care enough to write like a real letter.
I hope Nicholas changed this week for the better. I hope he realized that talking to me the way he does isn't getting him anywhere.
Well, there's your mom.
There's your mom.
When Nicholas gave me that hug, I didn't want to let go. I just love him so much and I really missed him.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mike Combs. Nice to meet you.
Hi,
I'm Karen Combs.
Hi, Karen. Nice to meet you. Kathy.
You could see that there was a deep love between Nick and his mom.
So how was the week?
We kind of dealt with a few issues. We did have the swearing issue, and we just got to a point to where, you know, I'd say, Nick, we're not even going to discuss things unless we're going to discuss them civilly. Nick does have an anger issue. Trying to tell him how these rage issues can be a roadblock for him to achieve, you know, some of the things that he wants to achieve.
I feel like sometimes Nick used his anger with us to get out of completing a consequence.
Yes, he does do that.
I know.
And so how do you react when he does that?
I just let it go usually.
Make him comply. You know, this conversation is going to stop until you can control yourself. One of our big rules in our family, too, is first-time obedience. And make him respect you. Because kids crave boundaries, they crave discipline. And really, it's a form of love. Once we establish these things, and sure, it was hard, but after that, boy, we had some of the most amazing talks. We got to see that heart.
Oh, Nikki.
I kind of seen how bad my anger really is and how it affects people. So that's definitely something I want to change, not only with you, with myself, and with other people. I definitely want to start doing more stuff. I'm sure there's a few dishes in the sink that are still there.
They're waiting for you.
So I'm sure I'm gonna have to go do them, that, and a little bit more of just, you know, all around togetherness time. That's definitely a big promise I want to make.
He seemed as if he learned a lot.
Oh, good. Well, we hope so. He's touched our hearts. I was really proud of Nick for the promises that he told his mom, and that was real encouraging and touching for me to see.
I really hope that Nick is committed to go back and make these changes in his life. You know, I had come to really care about this young man, and I really want the best for him.
Safe travels.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Nicholas means the world to me. I love him so much.
Hi, Nick.
This experience has changed me, like, with my anger and with, like, getting in touch with people, and it made me feel a lot better about myself.
Oh, it's good to see you, Mom.
When I see Samantha, I'm hoping she has a better attitude and a better perspective on life.
Oh, Nikki.
When she came out of the house, I was just joyful, just happy to see her.
You know, for the most part, she did pretty good, but there were a few attitude issues.
We tried to share with Samantha that a lot of little deals, they add up to a really big deal.
Right, I agree.
I wanted to talk to my mom about how the letter didn't say anything about what I wanted it to say. You didn't say anything in this letter at all. Like, all this letter talked about was about how you hope I have a good experience and that you love me. Like, it didn't say anything about, and it didn't come from the heart at all. It was just like you were typing to type.
I'm sorry. I mean, me and your stepdad worked on it together.
You mean this is his letter too?
I mean, I didn't know that would disappoint you. That isn't what, you know, it was meant to be.
Samantha, it seems to me like there's something deeper.
It's basically all to do with my stepdad. That's why I don't respect her.
Why? How come?
She doesn't like him telling her what to do, but I tried to explain to her. When she says, Mom...
He's not my dad, and I don't respect
matter.
him. I don't like him.
She just doesn't like him telling her what to do. And
I don't like him, period.
Let your mom finish, though.
You have to understand, we're the adults. You may not believe it. You may not trust us right now. You may not like us right now. But...
Bullshit. I'm tired. I'm so sick of it.
Samantha, I think I want to make sure, though, that you're also looking inward. And I'm not saying you ignore some of these issues. You and Mom can sit down and talk about these things. But we really haven't heard today what you are going to do. It seemed like she was making excuses for her behavior and not really owning up to the things that she could do better.
Your mom obviously loves
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah, you can't, and she loves you. That's to me where there's always hope, is where there's love. Now it's time for you to step up, and I'd like to see you make a few promises to your mom.
I can't make promises because I don't want to break them, but I'll try. Just work on the respect. And I'll try not to yell.
When we get home, I want to sit down with my husband and Samantha and just try to work out the issues and how can we fix it as a family.
Can I give you a hug? Goodbye.
I think it bodes well for the future that Samantha's mother is going to work on some issues, and Samantha's going to work on some issues to really get this relationship back together.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I want me and my mom's relationship to change and show each other more affection and not be so rude to each other and so disrespectful.
My love for Samantha is just a mother and a daughter. And I just want her to be more respectful and just be a better person.
I love you. Love you too.
Everything's gonna be okay.